simply unbelievable. How proud can one man be?
You are, without a doubt, the cockiest human I've ever met!
That's simple. Because he's the most powerful man in the 7 deadly sins.
I'm also the one who stands at the pinnacle of all races.
Before I kill you, I have to know. What was your name again?
And my name is...
What is good, beautiful people? I'm your host, KingLionOFLocs, and as you see the title of the video, unfortunately, your favorite Demon Slayer fan has to slay his own creation. Because not my own creation, but my own joy. I have to now take a chink in its armor because I have to review the Demon Slayer second movie, if you would call that a second movie. Bear with me one sec, because I don't know if anyone can see anything, but if you can or you cannot, never here, never to mind. All right. So, the first movie I enjoyed. Let's just get this out the way. Even though what I'm about to say will be it will be my true feelings about the second movie. Make no mistake, I still really enjoy the Demon Slayer anime, the game. And even the part of the movie that I did enjoy of the first movie, I enjoyed all of the first movie, and the parts that I did enjoy of the second movie, I definitely enjoyed. Wish it was a little longer, but I definitely enjoyed. But without further ado, let's get into it. So for the review, second time I did that. Anyway, so for the review of the second movie, we start off with a recap. Before we get into that, I do want to also mention to you guys that that when I go to the movies, I do it up. I either go see it in Dolby Cinema, as I say, where the colors are brighter and the sound is louder, yada yada yada. That's what they say. Or me and my homie C Money Chris will go see it at the Studio Bar and Grill. This time we went to go see it at the Studio Bar and Grill. The movie was $12.50. Now, Crunchyroll, I know y'all don't actually do the people who do the movie, but since y'all had it on the Crunchyroll account, I should have just waited until it was on there. So I'm gonna say, so next time I'm just waiting. But without further ado, after paying $12.50 to get into the movie, we are hit with a recap, right? A recap of season 1, of stuff that happened in season 1, which I was okay with that because if I recall correctly, the movie in the first one did a recap of season 1, leading you up to the Muzan train. So I was cool with that for this second movie. So we did the recap of the first season, and then they started to recap the second season. So I'm like, okay, that's perfectly fine. They're giving us a recap in case people coming in, I don't know who, but in case you were coming in to watch the Demon Slayer Swordsman Village movie, you're going to be a little surprised. You won't be surprised because they're going to give you that recap. I was cool with that. I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I ordered my food, got my drink. I'm like, this is going to be good. I'm ready to see the next installment to Demon Slayer. Right. Okay. So the movie starts off at the climax. The fucking climax of season 2. So the fight between Tanjiro, the drippy one, Hashira himself, Inosuke, my Mountain King, and then Zenitsu fighting the motherfucking Wednesday and Festus looking motherfuckers in the group. Festus all grown up. They fighting them upper tier bitches, right? No offense to them. I was more so upset that I had to watch an already fire ass fight. Don't get me wrong. The fight was fire on the season 2 when I watched it the first 2 episodes. But watching it again, I didn't want to pay $12.50 to watch something that I've already had to pay $10. Crunchyroll, I'm coming for you again about that. Again, I gotta pay $10 to watch it on Crunchyroll if I want to do it legally and not be on my Monkey D. Luffy shit, if you know what I mean. But the fact I paid $12.50 to watch a fight scene that I could have paid maybe $10 for, I was already upset. So I was like, you know what? It's cool. I'm gonna enjoy watching this because the fight was again fire. Watching Tanjiro go through killing Festus, and that's not the nigga's name, but we'll call him Festus, and then seeing the drip you won Hashira come back at the last minute and fighting with his sword in his mouth and missing one hand and coming in with the other one. He was cutting in that nigga, chopping him up and shit. I was for it. I was all for it. And then we get to the end scene where, you know, all hope is lost. We got, you know, the Mountain King dying off there due to poison. Zenitsu sleeping up under rocks, still trying to get up. And then, you know, Tanjiro over there, you know, trying to gasp for life and shit because he's already used his Hinokami Kangura style one too many times and he's already trying to catch his breath and shit. And so as they're still trying to fight, you know, I ain't gonna ruin it because if you guys haven't seen season 2 already, you know, you need to go watch season 2. And then if you go see the movie, again, you don't have to watch season 2. But again, who goes to see the second Demon Slayer? You know, I ain't even gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there. That's not the reason why I'm mad at this moment, right? Okay, so bear with me. After I've seen a recap of the last fight, which I made it in my notes that while I didn't like them giving us the fight again, if we've already seen the fight. The fight was good. Don't get me wrong. Looking back at it, the fight was good. It still was good in the movies. I didn't need to see it though. I really didn't. The movie itself was an hour and 50 minutes long. So the fight scene was at least 30 minutes. So the fight scene itself was about 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes long. And then right after the initial fight scene, we get to the end resolve. We get to the resolution of season 2, where, you know, we defeated the demons. Surprise, we defeated the demons. And, you know, now the group is going off. They're going off to recover. That's still in season 2. We see that happen. That's another 30 minutes that they got to go to because they do the cutscene. They do the end credits of episode whatever before they get to the final episode of season 2. So we watch basically we watch the last 2 episodes of season 2 for this movie. So we wasted a good hour of the movie watching shit we've already seen. Again, don't get me wrong. It was fire, but I'm not trying to waste money to watch something I've already seen. It's ignorant. I don't like that. So after that, we got 50 minutes left of this movie. 50 minutes of something better be fire, right? I mentioned that they gave us both cutscenes, not just the first one to the first episode, the second to last episode, but to the last episode of season 2, they gave us double cutscenes, double end credits. I almost left that bitch. I left my man's C-Money with his chicken and his drink by himself. I was about to I already ate my shit because I was upset. I was furiously eating as I'm watching something I've already seen, as I cannot explain to y'all enough that I wasted my time and my money on something I could have seen at home. But I digress. I almost walked out that bitch twice, but I digress. After that part, we got about a good 50 minutes left of the movie. The group is now recovering from the incident back at the entertainment district, right? Everyone is healing up and recuperating. Tanjiro wakes up out of his coma. He's cool now. He has a fever dream. He has a fever dream of when he was a baby and his father was talking to what we assume is the sun-breathing Hashira, sun-breathing Hashira, the guy that with all breathing techniques derived from. And when Tanjiro wakes up, he's surrounded by people and surrounded by the people that run the recovery center. And they're telling him that, hey, you know, we just want to make sure that you are good. Everyone is alive. Inosuke is walking on the walls, just checking to make sure Tanjiro's okay. And I believe Inosuke had already dipped out because I think his injuries weren't as nearly severe as the other two. But yeah, the group ultimately disbands. The Demon Slayer Corps has sent our heroes to different parts of the world, which I'm assuming that each season will be their part. So this swordsman arc, this swordsman village arc is Tanjiro's story, Tanjiro and Nezuko's story. So at this point, I'm cool now. I've realized that while I got gypped out of an hour, this is new content. So I'm all for this new content. We get a fire ass intro of all of the top five upper tier demons in the Infinity Palace, and Muzan at the very bottom on his chemistry shit, just making chemistries and shit. And we get to see all 5 of the upper tiersmen. We get to see it's a nigga that's in a bowl. One nigga that looks like, I'm praying that he sounds like Orochimaru's voice actor, because that is a waste of an opportunity if he doesn't. There is a coward Hashira Ashura, and then there's this mysterious swordsman. He's not really mysterious swordsman, but he's like the top demon. He's the top, besides Muzan, he's the top demon. He looks like he is a Hashira, and I'm not gonna spoil it for people who don't know who it is, but I've unfortunately been spoiled as to who he is and what his significance is in the story. And they kind of touch on it a little bit, because he looks similar to the gentleman that was in Tanjiro's fever dream, but in human. The guy is a demon now, but he's a human in Tanjiro's dreams. So keep that up under your hat. Not entirely sure if they're connected or not. They could be, couldn't be not, who's to say. But Muzan sent them all to the Infinite Palace to let them know that one of the upper tiers had been killed by Tanjiro. And they said that, hey, this motherfucker cannot live. We have to get rid of him. So all of them are now going to work together to look for Tanjiro. But as they also do that, there's strife and there's conflict in the group. And with the Akira is his name. Akira's Wrath. Ashura's Wrath. Akira's Wrath. Ashura or Akira. I'm going to butcher the name. Bear with me though. He doesn't fuck with the second tier demon, which is the voice actor, I'm hoping, of Orochimaru. I'll put the pictures down so you guys can know who I'm talking about. And the upper tier high nigga of the swordsman, which, who looks like the sun breathing Hashira, he kind of keeps everyone in line. He's like, hey, if you cannot respect your leading commander, then you can't respect even Muzan. And he's like, fine, I'll respect him. And then they go fuck off. And they now that's all we saw of them. We got a little bit information about each of the Hashira, each of the upper tier demons. I'm not gonna go into depths of who they are in this video, because it was mainly about the movie. And all we know is that one is a swordsman, one is a prince or a king, and that's pretty much it. The rest of them we don't too much know about. As I mentioned before, the graphics are amazing. You can really see that the editors, you could tell that they pay their animation team, because that shit was chef's kiss. I was like, I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong, I was upset in my seat, but as I got to see the palace move around and shit, and Muzan in his table, I was like, you know what, fine, I'm gonna forgive you a little bit. So I'm watching that shit. We go back to Tanjiro and the village. Inosuke has already left the village now that he has recuperated, and now it's Tanjiro and Nezuko's turn to leave. They leave off, but before they can leave, Tanjiro needs his sword fixed, because his sword, if you guys remember, broke again. So for them to get this new one, they have to find their swordsman, and their swordsman's not fucking with them. He's not. This is Tanjiro's 1, 2, 3, third sword. He's not fucking with him. He's not fucking with them. So they have to now go to the swordsman village, which is the name of the arc. But they can't know how to get there. So they're carried to the swordsman village. Once they finally get to the swordsman village, they find out that their swordsman, blacksmith, that the swordsmith village, there we go, that their swordsmith has went off somewhere. And apparently he's the black sheep of the swordsmith village, because they don't blame Tanjiro for breaking the sword. They blame the swordsmith, which I forget his name. I'm gonna put his name down here, because I honestly, they say his name, but I nigga can't read half the time. So I'm gonna wait for the dub to say his name, and then I'm gonna get back with y'all for that. But till then, they don't have they can't find him, and it's because he's the black sheep. They told him to go fuck off because you are the cause for Tanjiro's sword to break. If you are a good swordsmith, the sword won't break no matter what the shit Tanjiro does to that sword. That sword should not break, and he should not lose it. But because he does, they blame it on him. Which makes sense as to why whenever Tanjiro has to call him and let him know that the sword has been broken or lost, that he gets punished, and so now he has to punish Tanjiro. So I kind of feel for the man. But they wait for him. As they wait for him, they go to the spa, and as they go to the spa, we get to meet the love Hashira. And I'm gonna just say, respectfully, because the shorty's 19 apparently. She's bad, and the animators, they do their thing. I don't know who was doing their thing, but they was a little bit too enjoying it a little bit too much. They was comparing that one for one for the manga, and again, that's cool and all. That's cool and all. They was doing their thing. I'm gonna move on. So she gets up out the water and she comes to see Tanjiro. Fan service. She gets her sword fixed. Fan service. And then they leave. And then she leaves. Tanjiro has the nosebleed after eating and shit. He has the nosebleed after, the fan service of just the love Hashira just being herself. We eat, and it's the next morning. The next morning comes, and Tanjiro starts to look for his swordsmith because his sword's still not done. He wants to know a little bit more about the village. And as they walk across the village, Tanjiro sees what I'm assuming, because I have not seen the third season yet, the smoke Hashira. I only saw his outline, but he saw the smoke Hashira and what looks like the man that was in his fever dream. And that's when the movie cuts. I waited for this movie to give me a recap of 2 episodes and a fucking trailer to some shit I gotta wait now, because season 3's out now. But when the time of this movie had came out, I was already in the midst of doing some shit, but I had to wait until this movie, until season 3 came out. So I'm there. I look at my man's look at me. He is financially secure. This nigga's laughing like I wasted my money, but you know what? Shit, I'm gonna go to the stock market and I'm gonna get that shit back. My broke ass is like, how am I gonna eat? And I'm just playing. But yeah, I was upset. I was upset that I wasted my money, my time, doing something that I could have done something else. I could have even waited for it to come on Crunchyroll, because I do believe it's on Crunchyroll, and just watch it there. So respectfully, that movie was ass. Respectfully, that movie was ass. As a whole, that movie was ass. The beginning part was ass. The end part was okay. It got me to stay, but I was still upset that the end gave me a cliffhanger. I more than likely will not go to see another Demon Slayer movie unless I hear around that it's actually not a teaser, and and with case, I might still wait till Crunchyroll has it. I might be on my Monkey D. Luffy shit and just have to find another, take that back. I will respectfully wait for Crunchyroll. But other than that, I still enjoy Demon Slayer. Don't get me wrong. While my feelings for the movie have been jaded, and I feel like a jaded fan for the movie, the anime still top of the line, top of the morning shit right there. The first movie still had a nigga in tears. I could watch that shit today and I'm gonna still be in tears. The game is, the game, I enjoy the game. I'm still trying to figure out how to work with Zeniski, but I still enjoy the game. And the support you guys have given me through the game, I appreciate that. This has been a bump in the road for the series with me for not Naruto, but for Demon Slayer. But I still enjoy the series as a whole. I still enjoy Demon Slayer as a whole. It's just this part is something that we just gonna have to, you know, you have to just take it on the head. It was an L for me, and an L for the movie Demon Slayer as a whole. There may be some people that enjoy the movie. You know, if you did enjoy it, please let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought, because I like to bounce things off people. If you think that this movie was great for the Demon Slayer line, albeit, I would ask you, could you still enjoy that movie with just that part? With just the part that was not in the last season? Would you still enjoy that being a movie and paying that money to see it? Or would you just rather that be 2 episodes and call it a day? Personally, I think I would rather it just be 2 episodes and call it a day. I think, hold on a second. Let me look at something. Let me look at something real quick. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. So, let me see if I can even switch this off. Let me switch off. So, if you see here, season 3, episode 1 and season 3, episode 2. I swear for God, and it's 49 minutes. That's the movie right there. That is the movie. Next time, don't even worry about it. Demon Slayer 3 movie. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. I'll catch you when you come to Crunchyroll. Peace, guys.